When we talk about disinformation campaign, we often get so busy disproving individual claims of people, and we forget about people behind those disinformation campaign. We forget about who they are, uh, what they do, what is their intention, and how they organize. I am Maxime Koami Domegni, investigative journalist based in West Africa. I work for the Global Investigative Journalism Network as their Francophone Africa editor. I have been following for several years disinformation campaign in Francophone Africa, and I have 8 tips for you to track down those disinformation campaign, those behind them, how they behave, what are their intent, and how to go after them. Number one, follow the narrative. The use of similar message narrative can betray that accounts are members of the same disinformation network. Sometimes they publish similar content or use same keywords. These keywords are kind of smell or smoke that you can follow. The first step is to identify suspicious content and carry out some basic research on platforms like Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. How to proceed is to copy a relevant part of a sentence or a text and paste it into the search bar and then use the filter to see who else is publishing the same or similar message in a given period. For Facebook and Twitter, you can use a platform or website called whopostedwhat.com to check people posting about the similar keywords or using the same keywords and during a specific time range. You can also do some other sorts and see, for instance, who was the first person to publish this online on Facebook or on Twitter. This allows you to spot some other accounts which may be linked to each other and which are, which might be linked to the account you are already monitoring. Number two, follow the data, connect the dot. I was talking about how to go after accounts that might be related to one another. You need to observe the interaction and common point between those accounts that you have already identified. While those behind those accounts might provide some fake information, there is some data that is difficult to manipulate, such as the dates where when they create the account. Look into those data and see when, for instance, those accounts have been created, from where those accounts are being used, are being administrated, and then you can see maybe that those accounts have been created in the same period, maybe before or after an election. That can be a pattern that you can follow. Location data also can give you a clue. For instance, on Facebook, you can Facebook uses our connection data, the IP address, to provide the location of account or where the account is being managed, or where a page or where the administrators of the page are being based. This appears on the transparency page of Facebook and of that account, so it's easy to have access to it. But it can show you, for instance, if some different accounts are being managed from the same location, for instance, in a particular time range. And this can be one clue that those accounts are maybe related to one another. For instance, Facebook has discovered that many unauthentic, what they call unauthentic accounts, producing content targeting people in Burkina Faso, for instance, were managed from neighboring country in Togo. And one other interaction that you might want to monitor is how those accounts behave, between one another. Are they do they follow each other or one another? Do they post content of one another? For instance, are they the first person or the first account to follow one another? Those data can also show you that they might be created by the same group, the same person, or the same movement, or people engage in disinformation online. Number three, follow the algorithm. Someone once said, let the algorithm do the work for you. Sometimes When you follow an account on Facebook, Twitter, or TikTok, the platform itself will suggest some what they call similar accounts to you. Why is this relevant? Sometimes it might be because those accounts have been created, by the same persons or are being managed by on the same devices, have some data related, the same sharing same data. So while paying close attention to those accounts, you might see maybe that okay, they are being managed by the same person or the same group or created in the same period, and so on and so on. So you need to pay attention to what the algorithms of those platforms, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and other platforms, social media platform, pay attention a bit more to what other accounts they are suggesting to you when you follow a specific account. Number four, follow the money. In their quest for greater impact, propagator of disinformation can pay to sponsor their content. You can use this to your advantage. A platform like Facebook try to be transparent about those who fund political advertising on their platform. For instance, go to Facebook library page and use these use their different filter, to try to collect information relevant to you or relevant for you. Who knows, you might discover that the same person is paying for a different account, and then discover that all those accounts are related to one another. Number five, follow the digital influence industry in your country or in your region. A campaign may disguise the common source of disinformation by sponsoring, influencing companies to spread their message. That makes it vitally important to monitor the activities of those disinformation mercenaries offering digital influence services in or into your country or into your region. Maybe one of their clients is a high, ranking political actor in the country, or maybe a foreign state. This is the case with one company called Group Pan African pour le Commerce et l'Industrie in French, in English, Pan African Group for Trade and Investment. Officially, this is a digital marketing company, but several investigations, reveal that this group owns fake, many several fake media, fake social media account that they use to spread disinformation campaign, for a foreign state in Africa or for a military mercenary group. They are not alone in this. Look around and look for those companies in your country, in your region, offering like those kind of services, saying they are offering digital influence services, and maybe you'll realize that you have like companies that are at the heart of disinformation campaign in your country or in your region. Number six, investigate all sides. Check your own biases. We all have biases, but to avoid the devastating accusation of being manipulated by a particular side, we need to go beyond our own biases and track all disinformation campaign, no matter where they come from. And we need to be transparent about how we do this, how we do our investigations. Point seven, don't forget traditional reporting. Traditional reporting in the field is still enormously helpful. For example, you could check whether a physical address provided by an account is legitimate or not, or to find former employees of a disinformation company and talk to them. It's always an excellent idea to find human sources to gather testimonies or context of an information that you've gathered online. Where to find those persons on LinkedIn, for instance. If you like to see how to find sources on LinkedIn, check these resources on gign.org. This is the last but not the least, of the point. Keep up to date with the digital platform and tools. Platform always, update their rules and change their algorithm. This means that a tool, a specific tool that has been useful or that, had been useful in the past, could suddenly be outdated. So you need to be up to date and see what tool is still active, is still useful, and what are the new tools or techniques available out there. Going to gign.org or digitalinvestigations.substack.com are good places, to get up to date about investigative tools to track disinformation online.